Hello, people. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I had to figure out just there where's the go live button. I had to have a look for it. How are you all doing? It's so wonderful to see so many of you here. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. That would be wonderful. And at the same time, let me know where you're calling from. Pop your name and your location in the chat. And hopefully people can hear me. I can hear you. No, can you hear me? Just let me know. Oh yes, I can hear myself on my phone, so that's really good. Don't want to do the whole session and I'm just miming. So yeah, if you are on YouTube, you do need to be logged in to comment in the live chat. And whatever you do put in the comments, that is visible afterwards as well, just so you know. So hello, Michelle. You've been singing to yourself, waiting for us, waiting for me. I just had to nip down to get a drink. Stay here, light. You are dialing in from Suffolk in the UK. Wonderful to have you here. Hello, Peter from Ireland. Welcome. How is the weather over there? How are they all doing? Wonderful. And where else are you calling from? My name is Eimear Stassin. And many of you know me. Thank you for being here. It feels like a while since I've done a live session. And it was really an inspiration last week after we had our summer solstice retreat 2 weeks early before summer solstice with the most beautiful, deep group of people that I decided, well, I'll just do another live and let's celebrate this time of year. Let's invite in the energies of Áine. Let's dive deep into the beautiful, beautiful crystalline waters of Lough Gur in Ireland's wild Atlantic way, this ancient, ancient lake, which is said to house one of the entrances to Tiernan Og in Knockadoon Hill. So today we're going to dip our toes in and maybe take a drink of the healing waters at Lough Gur. We'll invite in the energies of Áine, who is the goddess of the full summer sunshine and this time of year, inviting her energies to shine her light on us, on all of us, so that we continue to heal ourselves back to wholeness. And then on Lough Gur, if you've been there, let me know in the chat if you have been there. It's such a beautiful place. We will travel to the Grange Stone Circle, which is just near Lough Gur and about a 5-kilometre drive, actually. This is the largest stone circle in Ireland. So we will gather and go on a journey to really anchor in the energies for this time and to invite in the healing, the releasing, and anything that wants to be brought forth for you at this particular moment in time in your life here on this earth. So that's our rough outline as you're all popping your names and locations in the chat. Hello, Marianne from Suffolk as well. Wonderful. 2 people from Suffolk. Hello, Leslie Ann. How are you doing? Hello, Tracy. Good day and good early morning from Aussie, Australia. Amazing. And Michelle is saying hello to everyone. Peter's in Limerick. So know both well. Beautiful space. Wonderful. Oh, thank you for being here from Limerick, from the land of Áine at this time of year. That's really, really wonderful to have you here. Hello, Alejandra from Bogota. Wonderful to have you here. Absolutely wonderful. And I also have a new program to share with you. If you read my reminder email from an hour ago, I couldn't resist sneaking the link into this new program. And yeah, I'll share that with you just before we go on our journey to the Grange Stone Circle towards the end of our session. But I have to share the name just now. It's called The 8 Faces of the Cailleach Witch. So yeah, let's arrive here. And I love the happy faces and love hearts that you're all popping in. Let's really arrive from whatever or wherever you are around the world. If you have a drink to hand, let's take a sip from this sacred ancient waters. If you have a candle, let's invite in the element of fire to this session today. I've lit my candle behind me to invite in fire. And let's really ground into this place where you are right now. Just noticing your breath as it is. Not needing to change anything or do anything. Just noticing your breath and your body as it is. Any places of tightness or stiffness that want to be breathed into and softened a little bit. And just noticing your feet and the soles of your feet and their connection to the earth beneath you. So as we're gathering here from all around the globe, we have Ireland, we have England, we have Scotland, we have Bogota, we have Australia so far. Where else are we joining from? Encircling the globe, that we know we can connect to our souls, to soil, and allow our roots to unfurl into the ground beneath us. So that we're connecting in the here and now. And we're connecting to the roots of our ancestors across all timelines. Isn't that amazing? And today is the full moon, a very powerful full moon. So it's a beautiful time to invite in whatever wants to release. Invite it in and then invite it to leave and release through your roots, through your breath, in whatever way, so that Mother Earth can transmute this energy for you. There's no need to carry this, what's no longer yours to carry. And as this process continues to unfold, it's a beautiful time to begin to set new intentions. You don't need to go there yet, because hopefully our session will inspire you to set really deep and beautiful intentions for yourself. And hello, Nina. Hello, Aloha. Lovely to have you here. Hello, Pluto Pixie from Northern California. Love the name. Hello, Winter Sun from Albuquerque in New Mexico. Gorgeous. Wonderful to have you all here. So I'm going to share a little bit about Áine, who is the goddess of the summer solstice. Her energies are in Limerick, the land of Limerick, and particularly Lough Gur and the Grange Stone Circle. She resides over the southerly direction of the Celtic medicine wheel. And she encourages us to take a step, another step, and another step closer into the full summer sunshine of our own becoming. And of course, it's summer solstice here in the northern hemisphere and heading into winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. So we're spanning the globe in all of that. And it is a beautiful time to invite in the pause and to take a pause as we are at this time. To invite in the reflections of where have you come from on this journey through life, through all lifetimes, and where do you wish to step forth into? And all this becomes so much clearer as we take this pause. So why am I sharing and speaking about Lough Gur and Áine? Well, it was last year that I finally got to walk the land of Limerick, because it really was always a place where we'd head to Dingle, which is where my mother is from, and West Cork, where my father was from. So we'd usually zoom down across Ireland to these places. So intentionally, I knew this was the time to actually go and experience Lough Gur for myself. And this beautiful lake, it's horseshoe shaped, and the waters are so very sacred because they bubble up from Mother Earth. They're spring waters that bubble up, so they are the crystalline, purest, most cosmic waters imaginable. So apparently it's not fed by rivers or by the sea. So it really is very pure. And Áine, whose energies are on the land in this place, it said that she would emerge and people would come to the loch, come to the edge of the loch for healing. And then Áine would appear to offer her healing energies to the people. And I just love how this is still contained within the lore. Her name, Áine, it is the Irish for Anne or Anna, and it means the bright, shining one, because she is all about illumination. And not just the illumination of the happy stuff, it's also the illumination of these patterns that are unhelpful for us, perhaps, or what, again, is ready to go, to be released. Or what are we blind to? What are we blinkered to intentionally, unintentionally? Áine will help shine the light so that we can see and have more clarity, and that it doesn't feel so scary to begin to move towards this. So it's said that every 7 years, the water drains from Lough Gur, this is the mythology, and that a giant green tree emerges from the loch. And I view this as the tree of life, the Celtic tree of life, connected to roots, to the here and now, and to the cosmic roots above. So the above and below were fully connected in this space. And she's seen sometimes riding around on her red horse, galloping around the loch. So Áine is the triple goddess. She is the mermaid. She is the fairy queen. And she is the crone, or the witch, or the hag. So the mermaid, the fairy queen, and the crone. And with her triple goddessness, the mermaid aspect is where she invites us to dive deep into the crystalline waters so that we may be cleansed and rebirthed anew. And as we dive deep into her waters, she continues to shine her light to guide us on our way. And during our retreat last week, there was actually a treasure chest that appeared. So it's an invitation for you that when you do dive deep, it's to experience and come upon your chest of treasures. And when you're ready, opening up your chest to reveal what lies within. So perhaps information comes to you now, or throughout your day, or in your dream time as well. And hello, Panya from New York. It's wonderful to have you here. And what else about Áine do we want to share? What do you know about Áine? Those of you that are here. Have you had experiences or encounters with her and her energies, her essence? Or how do you feel she speaks through you or vibrates through you? Let me know. So someone was asking about the mermaid energy and why that is. And no one quite knows why that is. But there's one myth that I read that the sunken city of Atlantis lies beneath the waters of Lough Gur. And I just love the mystery and the story of that this ancient city is held within the waters in Ireland and that it's been here all along. So as well as the treasures, Áine helps us to connect with the ancient codes within us, the ancient parts of self. So take a moment with that. And Michelle is saying, I'm so excited to find my treasure. I see it arriving, yeah. And knowing that it's all here, already here. And at this time of year, Áine will shine the light for us. So that's the mermaid aspect of Áine, to invite us to swim deep, to shapeshift into that mermaid, and to notice the tail and the scales, and how swiftly and buoyantly we can swim and dive with her as our support. And on the banks of Lough Gur, in this beautiful place, there's also the hill of Knockadoon. And it used to be an island, but in the 1800s, some of the water was drained from the loch. So it's now a land bridge. You can actually walk to the hill. And one of the entrances to Tiernan Og, the land of the forever young, is within Knockadoon and the hill. And you access this through the Cave of Echoes. So we'll go on a journey. So I'm sharing the teachings and the mythology first, and then we will go on a journey so that you can really experience this and continue to experience this for yourself. And when I traveled there last year, honestly, it was like, I don't know if you really can be overcome with the peace of the place, but that's really the words that I have for it. It was like this tranquility, this deep tranquility that I hadn't felt in a long, long time, was awakened and activated within me. This peace, tranquility. I was just overcome with the magic of the place, of this Lough Gur that I hadn't been to before. And there was something sparkling in the water that just draws you towards the banks, draws you to dip your toe in and take a scoop of the water and drink it. I didn't drink it, but in our journey we will drink it. I'm sure it's fine to drink. So it was something that stayed with me, and that continues to stay with me. So part of today is to share that by speaking and sharing the stories, and also share it through the journeys as well. Hello, Doreen Doe. Happy solstice to you, tuning in from Portland, Oregon. Lovely to have you here. Now, another one of the stories about Áine is there's a nearby hill called Knockadoon, which I haven't been up, but perhaps Peter that's here today from Limerick, maybe you have been up there. Apparently there's gorgeous views all around of the surrounding land, which is a beautiful countryside. And at this time of year of solstice, or coming up to the solstice, people would create sheafs of hay and straw. They would set them alight and walk with their torches to the top of the hill, the top of the Knock. Knock is a small hill in Irish. And from there, it would cleanse. It was like cleansing our souls, cleansing our body, cleansing the land. And these sheafs of burning wheat or straw would then be spread out around the land to cleanse the land and to offer in a ritualistic way, to offer to the land the element of fire and the grain, so that it would ensure that the land, Mother Earth, would continue to produce the foods that were needed to sustain the ancients and to sustain the people as farmers at the time. And that's, continued to be done. These rituals continue up until this day. So I just love the image of that, of walking together in ritual, in communion to the top of the hill with our burning torches. As we are the torch holders, we hold the torch to shine our light, to speak our truth for ourselves and for those who feel they can't at this time. To be the leaders, to step forth first, as scary as it might seem sometimes, and to know that we're fully supported. And the connection then with the fairy queen is with Tír na nÓg and the land of the forever young. And in Irish mythology, the belief is that when we die, our soul goes to the land of Tír na nÓg, forever young, to wait there, to be reborn, or to stay there and hang out. So it's an invitation to consider and think about what is forever young within you. To connect with that childlike feeling of who you are. And to invite that into the everyday as well. Because the energy of that, the fairy queen aspect of Áine as queen of the fairies, as one of the Tuatha Dé Danann, the tribe of the gods, is to invite this playfulness, this youthfulness back, to infuse in our every moment, in our everyday. Hello, Valerie from Limerick as well. 2 people here from Limerick. What an honour. And Valerie saying she went to Lough Gur on a school tour when you were young. Yeah, might be an idea to visit again, absolutely, especially at this time of solstice, summer solstice. Hello, Annabelle from Spain. Lovely to have you here. So Tír na nÓg is accessed through the Cave of Echoes in Knockadoon Hill. It's like a magic portal. And the fairies will guide you there as they walk with us and wish to be remembered again for us to co-create with at this time. Bring back the magic to life. And then the other place where Áine is connected with is the Grange Stone Circle, which I mentioned at the very start. So in ancient times, there actually would have been crannogs as well, which are round houses made of wood and straw that the ancient farmers would have lived in. And they were like stilted buildings. And there's a gorgeous playground actually in Lough Gur where they have like the crannogs reenacted. Honestly, it's just a wonderful place to go and be. So the ancient people would have boated it across the loch, this horseshoe shaped loch. Or they may have swam, shapeshifted into mermaids and swam. But when we were there, it's actually a 5-kilometre drive around the loch to get to the Grange Stone Circle. Sometimes these details might be useful to know. The largest stone circle in Ireland. It's got 113 different shaped stones in a circle. And the largest is called Ranach Crumdove, which is called Crumdove's division. And this is a 40-ton orthostat that stands head and shoulders above the rest. It's square and chiseled in shape. I can't actually share my screen on YouTube Live, so I shall bring it to life through language and pictures. And in the follow-up email or in the notes, I will add some links if you want to check it out. These sacred places were built because our ancient ancestors are so intelligent, were built on power spots, on ley lines. And when you walk into the center of the circle and you walk towards Ranach Crumdove, it was actually the lady in the visitor center told me this, that you place your 2 hands onto the stone and your forehead as well, so like your third eye, so that the energy then can flow through you as you're connecting to this stone as the ancient story keeper, the keeper of the ancient lore, so that you receive the wisdom that is right for you in that moment. And the rising summer solstice sun shines through the entranceway, which is this rock-lined walkway. And as you're walking in to the stone circle, making your entry, there's the ancient ash tree directly opposite. And I imagine this stone circle was surrounded. Well, there were a lot more trees in Ireland long ago. Trees were so sacred and so connected to the Ogham language, Ogham. So in my visualizations and journeys, I see the tree ancestors. I feel their presence surrounding the stone circle. So there's the trees, there's the stones, and then there's us gathered together inside to receive the messages and to recharge for the rest of the year. So the rising summer solstice sun shines into the Grange Stone Circle. And when you stand in the center in the lush green grass, when I was there last year, I just had to take off my sandals and just feel the green grass beneath my feet. It was so hot, it really was. It was a heat wave last July. And when you stand in the center, you can see all parts of the stone circle. And it's like being in the center of the medicine wheel. If anyone here has done work with medicine wheels or wheels, whether Celtic or in other cultures, just let me know. Let us know. Give us a yes in the comments. And this center place is the place of power. It's the place of sovereignty. It is the place of rulership over our lives. And what I love in particular, honestly, I'm not biased being Irish. I am biased being Irish, is that this is the place geographically in Ireland where all the 4 provinces, Ulster, Munster, Leinster, Connacht, meet in the middle, in the centre, to create the 5th province, which is the Meath, which is now Meath, County Meath. So the 5th province. And that represents the place of empowerment, of balance, of harmony. Isn't this what we need? And personally, for me, this is my journey home to wholeness, to balance, to equilibrium. So when you stand in the center of the Grange Stone Circle, you can see the visionary aspect, all the provinces, and these places of balance and harmony, the 4 directions, the elementals, resided over by the different goddesses. And today it's Áine in the southerly direction. And I love the symbology of how our ancients have built this stone circle aligned to the rising summer solstice sun. So it's a new day. It's the newness of the sun's rays shining on us as we stand in our place of power. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's so poetic. Yeah. Gorgeous. And Doreen is saying, my intention is to take inspired action daily and find a beauty in the everyday. That's so poetic. I love it. Find joy in the everyday mundane tasks of life. Yeah, absolutely. And winter sun, 1221. Love that. I visited Lough Gur in 2014. It was amazing. Yeah. It's that place that it does something to you, doesn't it? It activates something within you. Doreen is saying, wish I could stay for the weather. The rest of this lovely solstice transmission. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Thank you so much, Doreen. Thank you for popping in. And Academia Muses is saying yes. And we have lovely emojis from Michelle as well. Gorgeous. So that is the Grange Stone Circle. And the ancient trees that surround it, the ash, the hawthorn, the oak. And the ash in particular is, well, that's where we sat and had our sandwiches when I was there last year and provided such gorgeous shade. I was very taken by this ash tree. And ash is the, oh gosh, is it the 5th or the 3rd letter of the Ogham alphabet? And the Ogham alphabet is the first language, the first alphabet of Ireland that's said to have been sung by the trees. And when you go around Ireland, you'll see the Ogham stones with the inscriptions, a series of lines and dashes that represent the different consonants. And originally it was the different trees of Ireland. And then it was expanded to gold and silver and others. And ash is known for its masculinity and connected to the tree of life. So the roots go as deep as the branches go high and connects us to our own tree of life. And Tracy Potter saying, yes, the center of the circle, balance, harmony, the place of power. Yeah. And I love how that's contained within the stories, within the land, and within the deities that reside over that. And that you can have fun with that, you know, whatever type of lineage you connect with or ancestry, that you can create your unique medicine wheels for your own path and your soul living in this life. Gorgeous. I love it. So yeah, we'll go on a journey in a moment, but how are you all doing? I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking. I wanted to go with the flow today for what wanted to flow in. I'll just check. I do have some notes to see what else. Yeah. It is about standing together in solidarity, which is what we are doing. Hello, Pauline. How are you doing? Pauline is from Bonnie Clydebank in the west of Scotland, and you are just back from Magical Era. Yes, and Pauline was gigging there, which is so exciting. I love it. And you kissed the Blarney Stone as well, didn't you, Pauline? Which is just so fantastic. Thank you, Doreen. So much gratitude to you as well. And sharing, I hope everyone has a new day. You're a new subscriber. Yay to you. Thank you. Thank you. Michelle, I'm being inspired. You paint such a magical picture with words. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Okay. So we will go on a journey in a moment, but I want to share first of all this new program that has actually bubbled up. It's actually, well, who knows when it started bubbling, you know, going back to source. But it's called the 8 Faces of Witch, 8 Faces of the Cailleach Witch. And part of the story, I'm not going to go into a whole big long story about it. However, sometimes when I'm on Instagram and I see this hashtag of woman not witch, and it was doing something to me, like, hey, I you know, connect with being a woman biologically in this life, and I connect with being a witch, you know, because of witchy experiences over the last couple of years. So for me, I feel like I am woman and witch. And let me know how you identify. Oh, it's so important that we can come together and share how we identify in our unique ways. So there's something about the word witch that when we say it, it can evoke all kinds of reactions within our bodies, within our bones, within our ancient cells, within the codes, what's encoded into these. Some love it, the word, some detest the word and do not want to use it. And to be honest, you know, if we go back beyond the past, before my witchy experience, I hadn't paid much attention to the word witch, if I'm honest with you. But there's something about the word that I know part of my soul calling here in this life and part of the witch awakening that I'm going through, living through, is to bring a healing energy and a quality and a lightness to this word, witch. So it's something that I feel called to use and to share and to continue to teach about as it blends and merges with being Irish, with this Celtic connection, with a connection to the land. So this phrase of the 8 faces of witch, it feels like it comes from the Celtic medicine wheel. Another program I do is the Mentorship for Witches program, where we take a deep dive over 6 to 12 months, walking the witches wheel home, really building a really deep relationship with each of the witches. Áine is one of them. So the 8 faces of witches, what is it and why is it so important? So I started going into the etymology and the real meaning of what it means to be Irish and a witch, because the Irish word for witch is Cailleach. And I'm sure many of you here have heard of the word, the Cailleach, as the creator of the Celtic lands. So there's so many myths and stories about the Cailleach and her places in Ireland, also in Scotland and in other parts of the Celtic nations. So what came forth when I started exploring this and diving deep was the different Irish words for witch, but also the different meanings as well, and what that evoked within me. So that's where this program was born, because it's going to be a 4-month online program. And the link is actually in the description for this YouTube, but I'm going to put it in the chat as well. It's on my website, eimearstassin.com, 8 Faces of Cailleach Witch, with hyphens in between them all. But let's see if I can pop it in the chat here, and if that should come up in a moment. No, it doesn't. I thought I was being clever and I could put it in the chat, but it doesn't seem to want to let me. But it is in the description below the YouTube, or you can go to my website, eimearstassin.com, and get it there. Let's see if it lets me put it in here. No, there's something about being live that it doesn't let you share live. But anyway, it'll be in the description below this YouTube clip after the live, and I'll see if I can call it up here. Faces of Cailleach Witch. Or if anyone else can share it. Actually, Michelle, maybe you could share it in the chat for me, since I don't seem to be able to, being the host of the live. 8 Faces of Cailleach Witch. So yes, that's where this story has been born from. Can you see that? So I've shared it there in the live chat, but let me know if you can see the link, or if anyone else. Michelle, I know you've been in there already, so maybe if you can share it, that would be wonderful. So when I started exploring the different meanings in the Irish language for the word witch, it just evoked something within me. So let me explain. The 8 Faces of Cailleach Witch is going to be a 4-month online program to activate the Cailleach witch codes within you and to live out the Cailleach's craft. So it's starting from July to October. The exact dates are in the link, the 14th of July. We're going to meet every second week to really allow the integration to happen and to give spaciousness to allow the Cailleach to commune and to communicate with us. So the Cailleach as the Irish word for witch, but there are many different meanings. So here are some, and this is what we're going to be exploring in the actual curriculum over the course of our 4 months together. So first of all, Spiral 1 is all about the Cailleach witch as the veiled one, as the creator of the Celtic land, going to her place at Lough Gur in Ireland's ancient east. So today we're in the west of Ireland with Áine, where we'll be going on our journey shortly. But the Cailleach witch, one of her places is Lough Gur in Ireland's ancient east, which is a place I went to this April, which is where the source of this has bubbled up from as well. Spiral 2 explores another aspect of the Cailleach, which is Cailleach Vera. BH is pronounced like a V in Irish. So you'll get to learn some Irish words, some more Irish words in this. And it really is combining the Irish language, the ancient Irish tongue, with the modern meaning for these times. So the Cailleach Vera is the witch of Beara, and she is associated with the Beara Peninsula, which straddles Cork and Kerry in Ireland. So I'll be sharing the mythology, the stories associated with each one of these places and the words. And it'll be very much storytelling, like my other programs, storytelling, teachings, meditation journeys, really deep shamanic journeys, and time to share and ask questions. So spiral 3 is Cailleach Dubh, or do, as some people say, depending on what part of Ireland you're from. Cailleach Dubh is the black witch, or another word for nun in Irish. So I'm taking this word for nun in the ancient meaning, like the nun, the priestess, the witches that were honoured and revered for their craft in ancient times, and calling this forth for now. So I'll share a story with you about the Cailleach Dubh to connect with her place in the land of Ireland. And the fourth spiral, I love this one. I don't have favourites, but I love this word, is the Cailleach Fishogach. So Pishog in Irish is a ghost. It's the Irish for ghost. So Cailleach Fishogach is a sorcerer. The sorcerer, or literal translation, is the ghostly witch. The ghostly witch. So we'll explore this aspect of Cailleach as sorcerer, and how that was often used against us in ancient times, in the burning times, being accused of being a witch and killed. So it's bringing a lightness and a healing to this word, so that the wisdom contained in the Cailleach Pishogach's energies can be brought forth to support us for this time. So we'll share some ghost stories. We'll have some ghost storytelling for Spiral 4 and the Cailleach Pishogach. Hope you're still with me. And then Spiral 5, we have the Cailleach Fasa. Cailleach Fasa. Oh, and I see Panya saying the link works. That's great. Fantastic. Fasa means wise. So the Cailleach Fasa is the wise witch. Isn't that gorgeous? So I love how descriptive the Irish language is, which is part of what this program is about. And how the ancient meaning is still there. It's there in the language, in the place names, in how we phrase things, in the turn of phrase. So the wise witch, what does the wise witch want to share with us at this time? So that's what we dive into in Spiral 5. And it's the invitation for the witches to reunite once again with the wizards at the round table for true equality and balance. Spiral 6 of 8 spirals in this program is Cailleach Áine. Cailleach Áine. Áine means night. So the literal translation is the night witch, or the witch of the night. And that is the Irish for owl. Isn't that gorgeous? Cailleach Áine. The witch of the night is the owl. So in this spiral, we'll talk about the relationship between the owl and the witch. Magic. And the owl, the attributes of the owl, being able to see in the night, hunting in the night, and being a creature of the night, and that association with witch. And the Cailleach is associated with the owl in mythology too. Spiral 7. Well, the program wouldn't be complete without the Banshee. Banshee, Ban meaning woman, she meaning fairy. So the direct translation is the fairy woman, or the woman of the fairies. And there's such a rich and nourishing lore around the fairies in Ireland. And it's like we're raised with the fairies to respect them, to maintain healthy boundaries with the fairies, and to receive their wisdom. So it also means the wailing woman, the banshee who would wail to warn someone that someone was going to die the next morning. So the wailing woman, and also as this ancient ritual for wailing women, were actually brought to the funeral side, to the grave sides when someone had died, so that their wailing and their singing and their sounding would help to move the emotion of grief within us, so that the grief could flow as an emotion that would heal those who are still here and grieving those who had passed, those who had deceased. So in Spiral 7, we're inviting in the wailing women. Who knows? There might be wailing, there might be singing. Let's see, because in all these spirals, I'm giving you a description of what's here, and it's also inviting in what wants to be shared in that moment, along with the stories and the shamanic journeys. And when we come together, what's shared between us. And then finally, Síle na gig. So there is some association between the Cailleach witch and the Síle na gigs. So the Cailleach, a derivation of her name is Cailleach, which means woman, or Colleen, which means girl or little girl, and then a connection to the Síle na gigs. So it might be a tenuous link, but I'm taking this for Spiralate because Síle na gig wants to be here. So these beautiful, divine creatures or divine people are still on the entrances to churches in Ireland. So we'll explore the Síle na gig as the sacred portal to the womb witches who had the wisdom, who knew of the sacredness of this organ, but also this portal, whatever gender we connect with. It is the portal, the womb at the center of the earth, the womb at the center of the universe. So we're going to be broadening out and connecting with this in Spiral 8, which I'm really excited about. Plus, this brings us up to towards the time of Samhain. So there will be a bonus session for those who sign up to celebrate around the Samhain bonfires and to share the learning and reflect on the journey as well. So Michelle is saying magic, and I'm so glad you are joining us, Michelle, for this program. So the classes will be 90 minutes, and if you've taken classes with me before, you know you receive all the material as downloadable files. We have a community space on Teachable where we can connect in between classes, and so much fun and magic happens when we come together in this way. I'm so excited to teach this particular class because it's merging the ancient Irish wisdom with the language and with the witch magic as well. So it's the sacred three, the sacred trinity, all coming together in the energies of this time where we are now. So I'm offering 3 price points for this because of the triple sacredness. The maiden price is 222, one payment of 222. The mother price is 333, and the crone price is 444. So personally, I feel this is great value for 4 months together with 8 live sessions with this community and container over the time of the 4 months. So hand on heart, it's an invitation to pay what price feels most aligned and resonates with you. And there's a fast action bonus for the first 3 people to sign up that you receive a Cailleach code activation soul session with me. And Michelle, you receive the fast action bonus having signed up. And you're saying, how could you not? How could you not? Absolutely gorgeous. So click on the link in the YouTube, find out more. And if you would like to join us, it would be my pleasure. Thank you for staying on here and listening to me sharing about this new program, the 8 Faces of Cailleach, the 8 Faces of Witch, so that we can really bring healing to the word. We can destigmatize the world, because I'm tired of this, this division. It's about coming together and using what word most resonates with you. Michelle is saying, I love the story. It really creates an amazing journey. I'm so glad you're pronouncing these words. Yeah, I felt it was important to actually pronounce and voice the words so that you'd know how to do that. And Panya is saying, reclaiming witch. Absolutely. That's what we are doing, isn't it? Reclaiming the word witch. Beautiful energy. And Annabelle sharing, I'm feeling so inspired. I'm vibrating. I love that. This is what happens when we come together and share stories and the sound of our voices across the globe. Even if we can't hear each other, you can hear me. So it's activating this within you. This is what happens. Gorgeous. Okay. Shall we go on a journey? Let's do it. So we have 10 minutes left of this. So let's go on a journey. If you have any questions about the program, about Lough Gur, about anything we've explored in this YouTube live, just pop it in the live chat. If you're listening to this as a replay, pop it in the comments below or send me an email, eimear@stassin.co.uk. So let's bring some stillness to where we are just now. And if the Cailleach witch has stirred anything up within you in her cauldron of magic, then just notice that just now. Notice where that is within you and whether that energy is resourceful energy for you or if it wishes to move and flow and be released, especially at this time of the full moon in Sagittarius, which is my particular sun sign, and I know it is of others that are here on this live too. If you're Sagittarius, pop yes in the chat. Hail to Sedges. Anyhow, we're bringing calm to this before we go on our short journey to the sacred site of Lough Gur in Ireland's wild Atlantic West, in the county of Limerick, in the ancient lands of our land, of Ireland, of Eru. And we have winter sun is Sagittarius, Panya is Sagittarius. Woohoo! These are powerful times. So imagining that you are in your sacred space, your favorite place in nature. And when you have arrived there, we're going to go on a journey to Lough Gur to meet with Áine, goddess of summer solstice, the shining one who brings the light to shine so bright and encourages us to do the same. So you make your way through the magical misty portal that brings you to the sacred site of Lough Gur, this horseshoe-shaped loch. You're invited to remove your shoes so that you are barefoot on this land, this ancient land that calls you home to connect with her. There's so many who emigrated or left these lands in search of something new, something better, or perhaps they were sent away for some kind of misdemeanor. We are spread far and wide as an Irish culture, as a diaspora. And this journey is an invitation to call these parts of you home and to invite your ancestors who also feel connected to this land to walk with you home too. You step forth with your bare feet, feeling the sensation of the grass, the lush green grass beneath your toes, tickling each and every one of your toes and the soles of your feet. You feel the land beginning to activate the ancient codes, the ancient Cailleach Celtic codes within you. They have a unique vibration and resonance for you. And you take a step towards the loch as you notice the glistening, shining, crystalline waters. It's as if they cast a spell on you, calling you forth. You step closer, and you can hear the song of the mermaid. You can hear the songs of Áine. You can hear the soul songs of the witches as they call you to remember them, to remember their essence within you. Áine emerges from the water and she invites you to step into the water with her, to dive deep into this pure cosmic elemental that is out of this world, just like Áine is out of this world as an otherworldly deity. And as you do, you begin to shapeshift into a mermaid, awakening the mermaid energies within you. And perhaps this knowing that you have been here before. And as you dive deep into the crystalline waters, Áine shines her light so bright to guide your way. You notice the rays of the sun shining through the waters, creating beautiful, luminous, magical light codes. And as you swim, you feel your mermaid tail behind you. And you know where to go. You go down, 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 diving deep to retrieve your ancient chest of treasures. This treasure chest that has been waiting for you and for this precise time. Because it is time to draw the line, to be the full version of who you are meant to be. And Áine invites you to swim closer to your treasure chest, taking in the size, the shape, the colors of your unique treasure chest beneath the waters of Lough Gur. And Áine invites you to open your treasure chest and to peer inside, noticing what treasure or treasures lie within for you. For these are yours, especially for this time. They are the land of Ireland's gift to you, and they are Áine's gift to you. So just notice what lies within, either in this moment or what comes to you as you go about your day or in your dream time. For Áine reminds you that there is another part of this three-part journey, to swim to the edge of the loch and shapeshift back into your human form, to make your way towards the hill of Knockadoon, this small rounded hill where you find the ancient mystical portal of Tír na nÓg, the land of the young, the land of the youth. And Áine presents herself to you again with her golden hair, her cloak wrapped round her, and she invites you to step forth and make your way towards the Cave of Echoes, which is the portal in to Tír na nÓg. And as you step forth into the darkness of the cave, just notice what's resonating or activated within you. Notice the temperature within the cave and how dark it is, like an ancient womb of Mother Earth. As you make your way towards this white light that outlines the entranceway to Tír na nÓg. And by stepping through into this white light, you are activating what is forever young within you. So take a moment here to allow the activation to happen for you. In whatever way is right, perhaps through memories of your youth, through past lives perhaps, or through visceral felt sense and energy flow through you, in whatever way is right for you. And Áine reminds you that you can return to this place at any time to remind you of what is forever young, this immortal part of you and your soul. For now, on this journey, Áine guides you to return through the portal of Tír na nÓg, back through the Cave of Echoes, for your boat awaits at the edge of Lough Gur, your naomh, your currach. You step into the boat, it wobbles a bit on the waters of the loch. And Áine and you row your boat across the crystalline waters of Lough Gur, where you receive a different kind of perspective on the water as opposed to in the water from earlier. And you row to the other side of the loch. You disembark and you make your way across the fields to the Grange Stone Circle for the activation of the rising summer solstice sun. It's as if you have been preparing all year, perhaps many lifetimes, for this moment, to receive the activation of the golden rays of sun, this fire energy, to complement the water energy of Lough Gur. And before we go inside the stone circle, we honor this space as a place of ancient ritual. And we walk 3 times around the outside perimeter of the Grange Stone Circle, so that you have time to feel the energies emanating from each of the unique stones. Perhaps you reach out your hand to touch and feel the texture and the temperature of the stones that have been specifically placed here for us to connect to. This place is said to be 6,000 years old. It's like this unbroken lineage of stories from the land. And this song that wants to be sung once again through you. Once you've completed your 3 turns of walking the outside perimeter of the stone circle, it's now time to step inside the passageway adorned with rocks, the short passageway, as the sun is also beginning to shine in the passageway. And you step inside the circle, noticing the energy of this power spot. On the ley lines that traverse Mother Earth. You make your way towards the center of the stone circle, where we are all gathered now. And turning towards the direction of the east, to welcome in the rising sun over the hills beyond, so that he shines his rays that shine through the open entrance of the circle and slowly makes its way towards where you are standing at the center. So take a moment here to feel the heat of the early morning solstice sun. And to open to the intention of the sun burning away anything that's no longer serving you, any places of stuckness or tenseness or density, any places of tightness. Just opening your arms now, your heart, your chakras, so that the sun can work his magic on you at this time of the turning of the wheels towards summer solstice, so that you are fully claiming your place here at this time, your place of power, your place of empowerment, of sovereignty, of rulership and choice over your life. And that the sun will continue to burn away what no longer serves, so that only the truth remains. Only the truth remains. And that you, dear sisters and brothers, dear witches, wizards, priests, priestesses, druids, druidesses, gypsies, shamans, wise ones, as we gather here now at this time of summer solstice, supported by the stones as story keepers, supported by the trees as ancient wise ones and healers. Know that you are fully supported in the seen and the unseen realms, so that you can step forth now more fully into the spotlight of your own becoming, and that you will be guided home, step by step. So open to this a little more now, as we welcome in the full rays of the rising sun as it rises higher in the sky now. And just notice what is flowing through you at this time. And what would you like to have happen now? Just take a moment here to allow the information to flow. In the way it wants to flow, through words, symbols, song. And take all the time you need in this space at this time of summer solstice. And know that you can come back to this place at the Grange Stone Circle, or any of the places that we have been, to power yourself up again and to continue to connect to the land at this powerful time of year. And the veils are thin as the wheel of the year continues to turn. And as we are encouraged to take the pause, just like the sun is appearing to stand still in the summer skies. For it's time now to begin to return the way you came on this journey. To return back across the fields and the land. Back to the place where this journey began for you in your sacred space in nature. Remembering to say your goodbyes to Áine, who has been here with us all along as your guide at this time of summer solstice. And thanking anyone else who joined you on this journey from the seen, unseen realms, the spirit world. And taking all the time you need for the energies to flow through you. And I invite you to wiggle your fingers and your toes and bring some movement to you. Maybe stroke your body, your arms and your legs. Rub your hands together so that you feel the heat rising, this energy. And you can place them where they wish to go. Over your eyes, your throat, your heart, your belly, your womb. As we connect in this global circle, live and in the replay, thank you so much for being here and for going on this journey. And take some time to write down anything that emerged or unfolded for you in this journey, and to open to the possibility of more information, wisdom, gnosis coming through. Write, draw, sing, and whatever your craft is, whatever your witchy craft is. And I would like to say happy birthday just now to Cheryl Prince, who is a dear witchy soul sister and creator of her play Awaken. That will be streaming live next week. So you'll hear more about that if you're on my mailing list. You'll hear more about that, but I just want to wish Cheryl a happy birthday if you're listening to this now or in the replay. Happy birthday to you. And thank you everyone for being here. If you do want to share anything in the chat, that would be wonderful. I know I certainly could feel the power and the energy, the nourishment of the water, the activation of Tir na Nog in the land of the youth, and then the power of the stone circle, the solidity of that, and that remembrance of my power within. Oh, Pauline, you're a Sagittarius moon. Amazing. Thank you, Michelle. Beautiful journey, magical journey. Thank you. And Michelle is saying happy birthday to Cheryl too. Yes. Panya, so powerful, so much light and gratitude. Thank you. Nina, thank you. So beautiful. You're so welcome. Winter Sun, thank you to Áine and Eimear. I feel healed, loved, recognized, seen, and revered. Solstice blessings to all of you. That is so gorgeous. Thank you. And Panya saying happy birthday too. Annabelle, thank you, Eimear, for the remembering. Yeah. And I love that you put remembering the capital R. It feels like almost a title, like we are remembering. Yes, absolutely. It's been wonderful. We've gone over the hour. Well, that's what you got to do at solstice time. There's evidently lots to share. Thank you for staying the course, for being here. Please do join me and the gathering, sisters and brothers, witches and wizards, for the 8 Faces of Cailleach Witch that's starting on the 14th of July. Yeah, it would be wonderful to have you. There is a fast action bonus, and join us. Have a wonderful solstice and take care to all of you. Michelle, I feel so supported, and it's a real honor to share this space with you all. It really is. Pluto Pixie, thank you to you. Thank you, Valerie. Tracy, thank you, with love from down under. Yes. Michelle, bye-bye. Have a wonderful evening. Take care to you all. And remember, witches, rise up and return to your power. And as Áine wants the final word, to remind you to continue to shine your light. Leslie Ann, thank you to you too. Thank you, everyone. See you all again soon. And I'll just say a final, my dog wanted to come in towards the end. So any words? No words of wisdom from Riley? Take care. Bye.